Okay, in this video we're going to be working on page 166 in the book, working on figure 8-39. Okay, this is a standard inch drawing, so we're going to go up to New, make sure we select English, Standard Inch, and hit Create. From here, you have two choices really. You could sketch from the base or along the back. I'm going to start by creating a sketch on my XY plane, and this is my top. So I'll be sketching on the bottom area first. So again, I'm going to start with line from the center point. We're going to go to the right this time. We're going to go to the total distance of 5 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to show the total depth, which is 2 1/8. Okay, 5, 2 1/8. Next, we will draw our angles in. Again, I'm going to start from my back edge on the right side here, measure down. In the book it shows us it's 1.37. Okay, hit escape. I'm going to draw another line across from this corner to the left and 2.5 inches. Okay, so from that, pretty much our center point, we can connect over to that 1 3/8 line, and we can do the same thing on the other side. So I'll measure down 1 3/8, 1.37, and then connect it to my center point here. So this gives us that shape of our base. We can finish the sketch. Remember, there's no need to really trim those edges at this point. We can just extrude as long as you're selecting that section, and then we'll give it the depth of 1/2 inch, so 0.5. Okay. From here we can sketch on the back, so we have to rotate. Remember, you click and drag on this cube and you can get around to the back side. We're going to click sketch on that back rectangle. Okay. From here I'm going to draw vertically to the total height, which is 3 inches. Go over 5. Connect back down. Okay. And I'm just going to continue to draw it across at the bottom of this object. Okay. Then we're going to draw our angles. So we're going to measure down 1 1/8. So 1.12. Escape, draw another line across the top, 1.12, and then connect. Okay, same thing on this opposite side, 1.12. You could draw a 45-degree line if you want. Notice that it automatically is going to lock at 45 degrees for us. So in that case, we don't have to add any dimensions, but you could if you wanted to. Just click on the line and then click on the dot. It's probably going to tell me that it's a driven dimension. So once the error pops up, I'll have to click accept. That basically means that if you change this dimension, you can't change this dimension because it would over constrain since it's locked in at 45 degrees. So if you hit accept, all that does is put it in parentheses, but that just helps verify so you know they're the same. If for some reason it does a driven dimension and it's not at the angle you want, you would just delete that dimension, delete the line, and redraw it at a different angle, and then you'd be able to change that dimension. Okay. So again, I'll finish this sketch. Now, when you sketch on the back, you definitely want to make sure it's going in the right direction. Since we start off with our base going the total depth of the whole drawing, we want to come back to our home view, or so you can see the front if that for some reason isn't your home, and we'll extrude this just in that middle section. And notice the default is to take it backwards, and that's because that's where we drew from. We drew it on the back. Typically you extrude towards yourself, which from whatever sketch you're drawing in. But in this case I want to flip the view, but watch what happens when I click flip. So flip, in this case it does stay joined. If for some reason yours goes to cut and you flip the direction, you want to just make sure you flip it back to join. So it should come up with this gray block. Notice that it's flat in the back now. Okay, we'll hit OK, and now it is set. Okay, the next thing we need to do is draw these supporting braces. So again, you can start on either this back plane or the bottom. I prefer to start on the bottom plane. And this is actually going to give me 2 more sketches that I have to do before we'll be finished with this part. So I'll draw a rectangle here. Actually, I'm going to start by measuring in. So the distance in is 1/2 inch. So I'll type in 0.5. And this line actually comes down until it touches the angled line, and then it goes over 1/2 inch again. Oop, I gotta click. So I'll click here, type in 1/2 inch. Okay, again we need to make sure we close it. So we got that. We'll do the same thing on this opposite side, over 1/2 inch. Okay, here we go, and then 0.5 again. Make sure we close it at the top. And there is ways to do something called mirroring. We did that in AutoCAD, but I'll teach you that when I get back. But for now, if you just want to stay with this because that's what you know, I don't really want to teach a new procedure over a video like this. So I'll click Finish Sketch. We're going to extrude. We will extrude both of these pieces, both of those rectangles we did, vertically. And the height for those is actually going to be right at the point where this angle changes. So the vertical line changes to the angle. And in the book, we can see that that is 3 inches minus the distance of our angle, which is 1.12. So we can type that in, and it should, and then we got to subtract the 1/2 inch for our base. Okay, so we have the 1/2 inch for the base. We have the 1 1/8 for this angle, for this chamfer, and then the 3 inch total height. So we'll subtract that, and then it lines up right here. So we'll click OK. And we have our supports ready. All we have left to do is to create our angle here. So we will create another sketch, the last one, right on this side rectangle of what we just created. And all we're going to do is draw a line that connects the bottom left-hand corner to the top right-hand corner. Okay, we're going to enclose that by drawing lines to enclose that triangle. We'll finish the sketch, and then we'll extrude. So again, I'm going to rotate this so you can see a little better. I'll click on that top part of the rectangle. I'm going to choose cut, and then I'm going to change this distance to 5, and that'll make sure that's the total length, so it'll definitely go through all of it, and you can see it does cut through. So we'll hit OK, and now we have our object complete. Okay, the point touches at the angle here, it lines up flush here, so that's the end of the drawing. Okay. So go ahead, give this a try, and then I will see you tomorrow. All right, good luck.